Oh yeah, all right fam, you know what time it is? Today is another unboxing video. Right here, I have the Bassani true dual exhaust system that's made for the 205 Softail Deluxe. So we're gonna break this thing apart together. I was actually up at Falcon's Fury today helping out one of my brothers to film some videos, and then I seen my camera light came on the phone, and I was sitting there watching the mail guy, the UPS guy, come up to the house and deliver this package. So you know I was extremely happy, right? So we're gonna open this together. This is the Bassani system. I never had a Bassani anything, but from what I've seen and heard from my own ears, look at this, nice package. I could reuse this again. From what I've seen and heard from my own ears, the Bassani's sounds extremely nice on the Softail. Left and right brackets. These are what you call the passovers or crossover exhaust system. And this is gonna come, it's gonna attach, this is gonna attach like here. It's gonna run through underneath. I think it's gonna run underneath. We'll find out. I never installed it before, so I'm gonna read all the instructions. This is not an install video. This is just an unboxing video. So this comes also with the heat shields, which I like because when I was shopping online, I saw that there was a lot of companies that was only selling the exhaust and they said, hey, just use your stock heat shields. Well, the Bassani system comes with the whole entire kit. So we got that. You know this is not gonna be chrome. That you already know, okay? Then we have this piece right here, which is the long piece that goes on the right side. What's up, Titan? Come here, buddy. What's up, Titan? What's up, buddy? All right, so let's get this off. The dry fit for me is gonna be important because before I take this to get the colors changed up on it, I wanna make sure that it fits properly. And you know, as I'm doing this, just talk to you guys about this build so far. My goal with this build is to not go over 9 grand, including the cost of the bike. Honestly, you don't necessarily even need to go that high. It all depends on what you want to do. Because I'm going all out on this bike, it's going to cost me money. Okay, let's just call it for what it is, right? I'm doing a lot of things that is not necessary to get a bike to ride. But because of how my spirit is and how I'm designed and me naming my motorcycles and having a YouTube channel and loving to look at my motorcycles like Beast, and now I have Anubis, you know, you don't have to spend that much money. You can find a nice a bike, salvage bike like I found, spend a good 4,000, maybe 5,000, depending on where you're going, maybe 3,000, depending on the kind of bike you get, the condition of the bike, and shop around on Facebook Marketplace. And when you shop on Facebook Marketplace, you're gonna find that you can find pieces on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Amazon. You don't have to buy big name brand exhaust systems. You don't have to buy big name brand light systems. Why can I not get this damn thing opened up? You don't have to buy that. Right? You can find some really amazing stuff for way less money where you get really good quality stuff. And there are websites right now who is selling you good quality stuff for the fraction of the cost. And if you're smart enough, you can mess around and put like 3 grand in a bike where you get everything done. But like these rims, ain't nothing wrong with these rims. These rims are actually very nice. All these rims need is some color. Get shined up, you might want to put some white walls on there, and that alone will give the bike its own look. But for me, I'm not using those rims because I know for a fact of the look that I want on my bike. But if you're looking for a bike that you just want to ride and have a good time with it, then get yourself a beat up bike, man, and then fix it up. All right, this looks really good. This is gonna go on that side, I believe. So that's 2 pieces I got. Well, that took me like 20 minutes to get it out. All right, what else we got? And I didn't open this just to actually look at it. But you know, what I'm gonna be doing, I need to start working on that little stuttering I got. I've been stuttering for years. What I'm going to be doing is next year, I'm gonna start to buy motorcycles just like this, and I'm gonna start to build them, and I'm gonna start to sell them. People are already asking me if I'm gonna sell Anubis. No, I'm not gonna sell Anubis. Anubis is like my first build, right? I have a strong team behind me. I got great painters. I have great, amazing powder coaters. I have amazing mechanics. And with that strong team, I'm gonna produce some amazing materials, great products. So I'm gonna buy me another Softail, and I'm not gonna put all the work in like I did for for Anubis, but I'm gonna make it really, really nice, and I'm gonna sell it and get some money, let somebody get another bike that was on the junkyard, that was about to be junked, that when you ain't gotta worry about the bike going into the cemetery and staying in the cemetery. And I'm gonna sell the bike, flip the bike, and then guess what? Do it all over again. Let me know your thoughts. And if you're looking for some bikes, and because I'm gonna start doing it. If you want a Softail, now here's the deal. If somebody wants to get a Softail and they want me to go all out, and say, yo, Sensei, I got like $15,000, I got $20,000 right now. What can you do for me? Then guess what? I'll literally go and shop for the bike. I will buy the parts for the bike. I will do the installs on the bike. I will bring it to the mechanic, get them to do the motor work on the bike, and I'll get the stuff powder coated on the bike, and then I'll get the paint work done on the bike. Stuff like that I'm gonna do as well. It's called customized orders, all right? Then I'll do the delivery, depending on where you live. I'll load the bike up in Goliath and deliver the bike to you. So if that's something that you want, and you're looking for something like that, then get at me, because I'm ready to do that ASAP, by the way. You don't have to wait. So if you got the money and you want to get a build out, we can do that. Maybe you have a motorcycle already that you want to do some different work on, and you need some creative minds to get it to life. Guess what? I will take this baby off the lift, put your baby on the lift, take some photos, video record the whole process, and get this thing together. I'm expecting it to be, maybe it might take about a month or two, depending on the style that you want, but I know I can get it done for you as well. And all right, let's get back to this. So this came with the full, all the brackets, it came with the bolts, it came with everything that I need for the install. The only thing that I did not see is the clamps to connect into here. That's pretty much, let me see something. Yeah, I think with that, I would have to use the stock one, which I have. So I'm gonna take off the stock one and put here so I can tighten it down and make sure that it fits where it needs to fit. Other than that, that's it. There's nothing complicated here. From the looks of this, let me see something, what this looks like it does. Yeah, so this will connect here. And this is where it will pass through, and it will come out through this little curve here, come down, bada bing, bada boom. But we'll get all that figured out. I will read the manual. Let me look at the manual and see. But as I'm doing this, guys, I'm giving you guys, there goes, I stuttered again. Why do we do that? I noticed there are a lot of people that do that as well. It's like the brain shuts down for a second to try to think of the words. What I'm gonna have to start working on again, like when I was doing public speaking, is to slow down my speech so I can start to rethink my words and stop using specific words that are kind of like trigger words. I don't want to do that, okay? I want to be better at speaking. So the manual, let's see if this comes with the stuff that we need, or is this something that I'm going to have to go online? All right, so it gives you what you need. It gives you all the tools that you're going to need, which I have everything that they say here. And all the hardware except for those parts that was needed. We got the front heat shield, the rear heat shield, the downpipe heat shield, the front head pipe, the rear head pipe, the rear downpipe. Okay, is there an inside? I don't know. Okay, good, they do give you the instructions. Of course, most of these instructions are pretty sucky. I don't really get much out of it, but it's saying that I'm gonna have to remove, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to take those pieces off. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna do this, look through this, see if I have anything that's working. I have to remove the floorboard piece. I don't have any floorboards back here, so I think I should be fine there. As I'm doing this build, I'm gonna keep on posting these videos because I wanna get you involved. I wanna get you excited. I wanna get you ready to buy your Softail. I wanna get you ready to get your Softail working, to get it going, to keep on building and not being afraid to do stuff, right? There's so many ways to shop. I will help you to shop. I'm telling you, this is what it's about. You don't have to have major companies that's giving you free products, there's a lot of ways that we can get this thing done, all right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna end the video right now. I'm gonna actually do the fitting so you can see the fitting as well. And then after that, we'll see how it looks, and then I'll end the video. So let's do it. All right, so what I just did, I just took these parts off. These are the parts I was talking about off of the original exhaust. And this part, you wanna have this piece facing towards the opening for the exhaust, okay? So basically this is gonna go over this way, and this clamp is gonna get clamped on, and it's gonna lock this in its place so that way that this won't get a chance to go anywhere. We're gonna do the same thing for both sides, all right? So let's get that part done. So what I did, I just slid this from one end to the next. And then I'm gonna take this, do the same exact thing. So that way now, it can't go anywhere because this piece actually locks it right where it needs to be locked, all right? So we're gonna do the same thing for this side. So I'm gonna take that same ring and I'm gonna run it straight up the line. Now it's locked where it needs to be locked. And then I'll take the other one and I'll run that right where it needs to go. So that way that locks in place, all right? So now we're gonna go on the other side of the bike and see how this thing gets installed. All right, so what I did so far is I started doing the install. Like I said, this is dry fit stuff. I really wanna make sure that everything is going according to plan. So far, so good. I'm gonna tighten this down in a spot and I'll show you guys how everything works. But they put a lot of thought into this. All right, that's tight. And then we got the adjustments. Let's see. Oh, that's sweet, perfect. I'm gonna get up here, get this thing tightened down. I'm not doing anything to specs right now. And this is that tricky side that you have to have an extension, you have to have a swivel arm, you gotta have a magic touch, you gotta have all kinds of different things. I'm gonna find a shorter, does this fit? No, that doesn't fit. I need to find a shorter one that can get this thing tightened down, and then we are golden, baby. But like I said, I'm not gonna tighten this down fully, so this is actually good enough. I just wanna tighten it down a little so I can see the space that I get and how it's gonna adjust and adapt and all that other stuff. So let's get these brackets put on. Look, I know I said that I wasn't gonna make this an install video, but I guess I am gonna make this an install video, because if you have the Bassanis and you don't know how to make sense of it, you gotta remove the floorboard system. You're gonna get the bolts here, and then on the other side is normally plugged, so you gotta find a way to finagle that and unscrew that bolt, that side. And then here it says, install the new mounting bracket to the frame. They don't tell you which one is left and right, so it really breaks down to like common sense. So the only way I see this is being the right side because of the way it's designed. If I put it like this, it ain't gonna work like that because it really drops your clearance extremely low, right? And if I go to the other side, it's the same thing. And on here, I don't see where they're distinguishing if the SO2 bracket or the SO1 bracket is left or right. So we're gonna figure this out together, and then we'll get after this together. Okay, so it says install the new mounting brackets to the frame. The right side factory studs need to be removed. That's these. These was here. I just took those out. It says attach supplied brackets using the 3/8 and 1/4 bolts and 2 1/2-inch aluminum bolts, which is right here. That's a 1/2 inch. It's gonna be on each side. It doesn't say to use them on each side, it says to use 2. So if you don't have common sense, you're gonna say, wait a minute, well, which one am I using and which one am I not using? So we should have 4 1/2-inch spacers here. Let's just make sure that we do. If we don't, then they have a reason. They're going to have a reason. Now what I just realized, what I just showed you is not even a 1/2 inch. That's a 1/4 inch. So these are the 1/2 inch ones, okay? I hope y'all with me, man. I hope y'all with me. We're gonna do this. They want me to put this here, and they want me to put the spacer back here, okay? I'm not quite sure if they want me to use this lock bolt or not, this lock nut, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I can't see myself going wrong with that. And I'm gonna put the spacer here, and let's see if that spacer gives me enough space to keep away from the frame. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Get that in, put this through, that opening, line it up. You see where that opening is at? Okay, so I'm gonna tighten this down, not a lot, just enough to where I know that it's holding its spot, it's holding where it needs to be. Now, what size is this? Okay, this works. This just happens to be the right size. So let's tighten this down some. As the pipe goes on, straight out, the pipe should have the bracket pieces here. Now, I could be wrong, guys. Remember, I didn't look at any videos. I didn't do anything. I'm just showing y'all as I'm going through the process myself. We have this whole thing already installed, okay? It says to install the stock exhaust flanges and circlips to a new head pipe, which I already did. You saw me show you that from how I removed the circlip and the bracket. Install the front head pipe to exhaust port, leaving loose for later adjustments, which is loose enough. You see, I can make my adjustments. It can go up, it can go back a little bit, and just having enough room to make the adjustments. It says install rear head pipe to exhaust port. Make sure the pipe is above the shift linkage, which it is. So let me just show you guys what they're talking about, which I showed you as well. This right here, okay? The rear head pipe, that's in, that's already going through. I left it loose enough, knowing that there's room for me to work with it and do what I need to get done, all right? Now, the beautiful thing behind that is you can move it, shift it enough. I can't get it from that angle, but nothing is touching anything there. So let's go to the other side. All right, so now we're on the other side, and this side is where I was telling you, you have to unscrew that. Okay, this is not a pop out. You have to unscrew it. At first I thought it popped out, it does not. So you have to find a way to get this thing to screw out. We're gonna get those same exact 1/2 inch spacers, and we're gonna use the same things that I use on that side, I'm gonna use on this side, all right? So let's go. Now remember guys, I'm just doing a raw install. I'm going through the directions. There's always ways to be better later down the line, but right now, I'm doing everything that I can on this bike to start to see the build coming together. Now there's some things that I might be doing incorrect, some things I might be doing perfect, you know? But I'll learn and know as I go, okay? I'm just going to what my common sense tells me right now, so don't take my word as gold. Don't take my word as gold. This is just us working together. So this bracket will go here with that same spacer. So we're gonna push that through, get the spacer behind. And of course, when you're tightening these down, you should know by now, Loctite is a must, right? I'm not doing any Loctite right now because this is just soft installs. I don't need to use any Loctite for this. All right, so we get that. Give myself enough space that way I can put this spacer in there, get this bolt in. Now what's gonna happen is the pipes, when I get the exhaust, it's gonna have a spot to clamp down so the pipes can have a place to live. And these are what really locks the pipe into its place. Man, this already got a scratch already? How the hell did that scratch that easy? Man, companies make things really inexpensive nowadays. I ain't gonna lie, things do get messed up quickly. Just to make sure it all fits. I'm making sure everything fits just for me to take it all back out. And this has an adjustment lever you can pull back, push forward. So you have those little micro adjustments make a heck of a difference. This one that I'm using is the SO1 bracket. That's on my left side. Here we go. Okay, so we got that done. Let's read it together, okay? Then it says install rear head pipe exhaust to port, make sure the pipe is above the shift linkage, which is right up here. I'll make the adjustment and show you what they're meaning as we're talking. All right, so what they're saying about the shift linkage area, when it says to install the rear head pipe to exhaust port, make sure the pipe is above the shift linkage. This is shift linkage right here. You don't want the pipe hitting this. You want to make sure it's above it and it clears it, and also clearing your motor. Okay, so that's a nice setup. Everything is clear. It's not going to hit anything. I don't have the bolt in that direction either. So that's a really good setup. Okay, it says once the head pipes have been installed, you can attach the mufflers. I don't have the mufflers yet. Attach the mufflers to the Bassani brackets, slide the T-band clamps into the end pipes, and slip the mufflers over the head pipe. So that part, what they're talking about with the T-band clamps, let's just go over here for a second. Let's drop this down, that way y'all can see what I'm saying. T-band clamps is the same clamp that I used for the head pipe attachment. Here we go. So you will slide this over it and you will tighten this down for your pipes. So that's pretty much how that will work. Once you put the pipe over it, this is gonna lock it right in place, and then you have your pipe extension and you do what you gotta do from that point. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I don't see anything too complicated. I'm going to make sure to put all of these things that came along with it in a corner someplace. I'm still amazed as to how easy this stuff got scratched up. One little ding, and that's a wrap. Okay, so here's what I got so far. So you can imagine the primary cover is now on, right? So now you'll be able to see how that contours right over. And then we're gonna go in a little closer so you can really get to see that your shift linkage is not touching the exhaust at all. Now that comes nice and neat. When the exhaust goes on here, it's gonna attach, it's gonna push in, that's gonna squeeze, and then this exhaust is gonna come out, and then these are gonna attach to the exhaust. You follow me so far? Now, look at it from that angle. That's a beautiful, beautiful angle. Okay, I know it's a little blurry, but I'll zoom back a little bit so you can kind of see it. And I'll even drop down my lighting so we can start to see it and don't get as much blur. It's gonna get dark for a second, but I'm gonna make it adjusted, okay? Now, this is the other side, the right side. You can see how everything is coming together, man. Can you see it? So now, what I wanna show you that's really amazing is right here. That's the crossover, right here. So it's literally a true dual exhaust. And if you look at it, you think this is touching. It ain't touching. Look, there's nothing touching, zero. The spacing is absolutely amazing, right? And then up here, we got this piece coming in. Let me give you a different angle. Right, there we go. Now the install is not hard. I know it's a blurry because the camera's trying to get what's in the foreground. There you go. The install is not hard, but you have to have a adjustable ratchet or one of those ratchet wrenches to get that tightened down. Okay, but remember, we're not tightening anything down yet anyway. This video just ended up becoming an install video for those of you who actually have the system. And what I did on this side, even though they said that we didn't need a lock nut, is I just put a lock nut here anyway, just for safety purposes. It didn't mention that, but it does mention that I need a lock nut for other parts. So I put the lock nut in, which I'm happy about, because I have other lock nuts throughout the house. I could find it or go to Ace and get more. You could never go wrong. So that's it, guys. That's gonna stay on there. I'm not taking that off because that's just the actual exhaust. But the heat shields, those are gonna get colored, powder coated with a high temp ceramic coating to get that black. I'm happy that Ashton said he can do that. So these parts right here is the parts that's going to be taken. And then I'm going to call Bassani to find out which straight pipes they got or they recommend. So make sure I'm getting the proper size. All right, that's it. Okay, we out of here, baby. This build is coming together. Guys, start leaving your comments. These videos are not getting any any love whatsoever. I guess you guys don't really care about the stuff that Sensei is posting, but I'm gonna keep on posting regardless. So let's get these miles, let's get that money, let's get this muscle, and Anubis is coming together. Woo!